Hello YouTube. It's been a while, hasn't it? Sorry. Basically, I had a breakup recently and I've been feeling a bit down and I'm like, no Robin, you're not allowed to be down. It's bad. It's bad. So I thought I'd make a video to cheer me up, even though my friends have all been very good. Ella bought me a bar of Galaxy, so I really love her right now. My top is a cat. How cool is it? Only a tenner. I bought that for a tenner. Well, I didn't buy it, my gran did, but I'm getting off the subject. So, since it's been a while, I thought I'd just, give you a run through of what I've been doing recently and talk a bit about NCS, which I have just done this summer. And NCS is just the best thing you could ever do. If you're next year, if you're 16 or 17, I recommend doing it so much. My friend Ella asked me if she should do it, and I basically jumped on her because I was like, you need to. It's the best experience ever, and I think any of my friends that I made there would agree, because the thing with it is, you might be a bit cautious at first because it's just kind of like, I don't know if anyone will like me, or I might have a bit of social anxiety, and I mean, I have my problems, I know I have my problems, but I went and I did it and I was so nervous. It was unreal, but I made so many friends, which is even more unreal because I didn't expect to. But the thing is, it's like one big family, and everyone is so fantastic. I remember the first friend I made, who is still a very fast friend of mine, she's amazing, is Nina, and it's actually she thought I was a bit crazy at first because I literally came in with my mountains of bags and a backpack that was bigger than me. I couldn't even carry it, it was massive. We were going off for our first phase, which we did with the College of West Anglia for NCS East, and we did it at Meepal Outdoor Centre in just off near Ely. And I walked into the lobby and I sat down on a chair. Nina moved a bit of things for me and I was like, thank you, and I was just kind of looking at her and and I just went, you're really pretty. And she was like, thanks. But yeah, we kind of carried on talking a bit, and yeah, she had a friend called Abs who's so sweet. Abs is lovely, and made friends with him too. While I was on the bus, I was just kind of like, oh my god, because everyone was so rowdy and they had music playing that I didn't like, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I just sat on a two-seater by myself with my headphones in the whole bus journey there, and given in mind this was like an hour-and-a-half bus journey, I was feeling slightly antisocial because of all the music that I didn't like that was playing. When we got there, we all had to sit around on these two benches for about, I should think it was nearly an hour, and by this point I was making more friends because my friends, well, my friend April was there and a boy Ryan from my school, they were there, and I mean, I wasn't really close friends with Ryan, I'd never really spoken to him or anything, but I've known April since I was a toddler, so that was never an issue. But like, we all became really fast friends and we had our little group, and originally you did think it was all just going to be little groups like in school, but it so wasn't, because after a while everyone starts to come out of their shell, and it's just a big family. I'm getting off the subject. So we were just sat around and it was so hot, and I mean, I don't like to talk about it on YouTube because I'm afraid people would be like, oh, you're attention seeking, and I'm really not. I don't ever mention my history of my mental illnesses or my history of or anything because I mean, that's private to me, and I do this to get away from it, but I was doing that with NCS as well, and it was hot, but I was scared to take off my hoodie because I didn't know what people would think with me, and everyone was like, Robin, aren't you really hot? And I was like, yeah, I am. So I was just like, you know what, fuck it, and I did it, and no one said a word. You know, I mean, I've never met a group of people who are so accepting, never. And you don't expect them to be, you expect them, because you've got your average class clowns, you've got the quiet ones, and but you all get along so well, and it's really peculiar. But yeah, on this first day there was this trampoline, and we were all like, oh, can we go on the trampoline, can we go on the trampoline? And everyone was just kind of like, I don't know. Eventually they let us on. By this point I was bursting for the toilet, so I dragged Nina to the loo with me, and I was wearing dungarees, so it took a while. We kind of, after the first wave had left, which is the like group of people who were there before us, I'll talk about them later because they were on the same phase 2 as us, as wave 2. After they had left, we just kind of, you know, we split off into groups. No, we had lunch first. We had lunch. So we all went and we got our sandwiches and stuff, because at Meepal it was sandwiches and crisps and cakes and all that every day. And you always got a bottle of water, and you had to take the bottle of water, because it, like, if you didn't take the bottle of water, the team leaders would go apeshit. They'd be like, oh, you're gonna get dehydrated, ah! And they always had loads of sun cream and stuff. Bearing in mind this was 31 degrees every day, and we were outside for like 12 hours a day. So yeah, so after we'd got all of that, we went back outside and we sat on a bench in our team, and I was in team 4, which really later became known as Team Froggy. I'll get onto that later again. And we all just got talking a little bit, just a little bit chat, you know, ate our lunch, and then Josh, who was our team leader, but we also had a volunteer called Josh. It's confusing, so we just called them Big Josh and Little Josh, even though they were about the same size, but it was like Little Josh was the volunteer, Big Josh was the leader. So Big Josh was like doing the menus for the week, because that week we had a planned menu, and you know, you had to choose what option you wanted for each day. So we did that, and then after we'd finished lunch and we'd had a bit of a break, some of the boys had played football, we'd been back on the trampoline, we started team building activities, which at first literally everyone did this. You had balls and you had to like throw it at a person and say their name. You had to say who you were throwing it to, and it had to go all the way around in a circle, and we had to do it backwards and forwards and with more than one ball, and it got so confusing. I dropped it more times than I could count, honestly. Yeah, oh no, before that, we did something before that. We were in the dining room and we made a crossword of our names, and we had to say our name and then a word that described us, also beginning with the first letter of our name, and then say why we were called that. And we also had to do a thing where we went round and told people 3 facts about ourselves. We had to say our name and then these 3 facts. And our group ended up, 3 people had a dog called Toby. Yeah, I like to make an impression. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to be with these people for 3 weeks non-stop. So I just went, I once got very drunk and then crushed Mikados and threw them all over my best friend's bedroom, where she was still finding them weeks later. They loved that. Yeah, so then we did this ball thing, and that was really hard, but it was good fun. It was good fun. I don't think we did many other activities. It was all just kind of getting to know each other's names and stuff on that first day. We didn't really interact very much with the other teams. We did a bit, but not too much. Didn't really learn anyone else's names, just a bit of random chit-chat. By this point we knew all of our team's names and we knew a little bit about each other, but we didn't really know each other. We were still kind of strangers. But, you know, that barrier really did break down as the week went on. and we all became such fast friends. It was amazing. At Meepal, the outdoor centre, there is this lake, and it is the most beautiful lake. Me and Nina wanted to take it home because it was so pretty. It was just perfect. And that night we did an inter-team competition. No, I couldn't find the word. And we did bench ball, but it was a different kind of bench ball. I hadn't played it before. I mean, I played bench ball a lot at school, but it was different to that. That was alright, except I got tackled by a boy called Patrick. I didn't know his name then. He kept tackling me and stuff, and I was like, ah. And then everyone was like, foul, foul, and I just went, he keeps touching me. And everyone laughed. And then after that, we were all in our swimming costumes, and we had towels, so we all ran in the lake. And there's pictures of that on Facebook, like our entire wave just running into the lake. It was brilliant. And everyone was jumping off the boardwalk, because there was a boardwalk where the boats go from, because there's a lot of boating activities there. And Nina made me do it with her in April, and I slipped off it. I didn't jump, I slipped off the end. Yeah, that was fun. So yeah, we just did that for a while, and later on that night we all went and just hung around places, had hot chocolates and teas and biscuits, and just got to know a bit more about some other people, and it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it as a first day, and then we got back into our rooms, which we had to make our own beds. I really struggled. I don't normally struggle to make my bed, but I just couldn't because I was on the top bunk, so me and April had to try and work out how to climb up first of all. We did eventually. I got that down. Just went back to our rooms. We weren't really allowed in our rooms too much, especially not at first, because they didn't want us to be antisocial. So we were all in the social areas and stuff, and the dining hall, and just things like that. And I can't remember if it was that night or the night after that I made friends with David, a boy on my team. Well, anyway, I'll tell you about it anyway. I can't remember which night it was. It's not important. But I was sat, I can't remember who I was with. I might have even been on my own. I was just in the dining hall reading my Kindle, and he came and asked me about it, and I was like, no, don't read what I'm reading, it's embarrassing. It was not 50 Shades of Grey. It was by Quinn Loftis, and it was called Don't Call Me Crazy. So it was just about a girl who got institutionalised. No, Call Me Crazy, not Don't Call Me Crazy, because that's a TV show. And I thought it was going to be like an insight to her life, but it turned out to be a fucking romance novel, and I was like, it didn't say it was going to be a romance novel. So I was proper flustered and stuff, because I hate them. And then David got into it, and we started talking about music and stuff, and originally I didn't have him pegged as someone who would like Bullet for my Valentine. The next couple of days we did all sorts of activities, and I made friends with so many more people, and it was so amazing. Like, not even between teams. Like, your team was your little family, but then all the other teams were like the extended family, and it was so amazing. I'll just list all the activities we did. We did kayaking, we did wind sailing, we did raft building, we did archery, which I was really crap at. Air rifle shooting, I was the best at that out of my team actually. I was the best. I hit a pear from like 10 feet away. I was like, yeah, bitches. And all my team were like, whoa, don't give Robin a gun if she's angry. What else do we do? We definitely did lots of other stuff. We did high ropes. We did a lot on the high ropes. That was quite scary at times, but I still did it. Like, I was practically an invalid going up the Jacob's ladder, but Patrick and Dom helped me up. Like, Dom was also one of my really good friends that I've made on NCS. I made him give me piggybacks everywhere. It's like now a tradition if we have a group photo that I have to be on being given a piggyback by Dom. It's it's just so amazing, and this is only in the first base. Okay, loads of other stuff happens too. We went swimming in the lake all the time, like literally. When we were kayaking, I just go, I want to go swimming, and I got out of my kayak and just started swimming, because why not? Yeah, it's so amazing. We did go karting. I wasn't very good at that, but I was just like, my team still won. We had one night where we were camping. I don't know about other different association places who do it, but in ours we only had one night camping and the rest were in dorms. But there was one group had to have 2 nights camping, and it was between my group and Team 6, and there was like this little competition that they had to do to see who was camping, and we won, so we were in dorms and we got the big bedroom. It was so good. We had more space, and I am saying this is a bedroom that is smaller than my own, and we were so pleased to get it because it was not a closet. Because we just did so much. We were always doing something, and it was honestly the best experience of my life. Honestly, I couldn't ask for better friends ever. Like, you need to do it if you haven't, and if you're old enough to do it next summer and you didn't do it this summer because you can't do it twice, as you will know, you really need to do it again. I mean, not again, you just need to do it because it is the best thing you can ever do. And I'm honestly not just saying that. I don't think any single person would ever have a bad experience doing NCS because it was just so amazing. And that's not even half of it. I've not even covered half of it. I could talk about my experience for hours. I really could, but you'll be bored to tears. So the campfire. On the night we camped, on the night each team camped, they had a campfire. And the night we camped, our campfire was so amazing. We all sat around it and roasted marshmallows like you would at a campfire, and we sung campfire songs and had hot chocolate. It was really good. This is where our team name came into play, because Josh, Big Josh, he did a Scouts campfire song called Itty Bitty Froggy, and we all loved it, to the point that we named our team Froggy. Which is better than Team 5, who renamed themselves Team Aubergine. I mean, no offence to you guys, but aubergine. So yeah, do it. Do it. Do it. I guess I just want to say that if you're on NCS with me and you're watching this, then I really love you. I love all of you guys, because you just, I mean, no offence to my other friends because I love them all, but you're the best people in the world. And I love you all. No, look at me being all cute. Shut up, Robin. Okie doke. If you want to see more of this kind of video of me talking about stuff I've done, or more about NCS, I mean, you don't have to bother about more about NCS because I'm going to do that anyway. I've started now. I have started. Yeah, if you liked, leave a comment, subscribe. Thumbs up. Cheers. I love you guys. See you later.